All right, we are live.
Awesome. John's yawning.
Yeah.
Sorry, late.
I don't think it's just the quitting the coffee. I don't know. I've just been tired for the last few weeks.
Mono.
No matter how much I sleep.
Mono?
I thought that could, but you're supposed to get really ill
Dude,
with it too.
Mono is the most intense shit ever. I don't know if you guys have ever had it.
I
I've
have
had
not.
it once. It is not like this. It is like fucking bone crushing. Literally, you on your feet. You're not on your feet. You're you cannot get on your feet. You're lying down the whole fucking time. It's horrible. Mono is brutal, man.
Yeah.
This is not mono. If this is mono, then
John's sitting upright.
Yeah.
Dr. Manny has ruled. Sit upright. Okay. You have mono.
It's not mono. You literally, your back is crushed. Your body is crushed. Your fever is running high. You're cold all the time. You don't feel like eating. You don't feel like doing shit. You're just scared of. You're like, what the fuck's going on with life? Am I gonna die? It's really intense. It's very intense. Mono is bad.
Sounds like you just need a good dose of mental toughness there, Manny.
Right. I got mono within. So I joined this is my first job out of grad school. I was at Cirrus Logic. So, and within 3 weeks of joining, I actually had to go to India for something. So I go to India, I come back, and somehow on the flight, I guess I got there. And within 3 weeks of joining, I had to take a whole freaking, I took some vacation time, and then I come back for a day, and then I'm gone again for another week because I'm sick. And these guys are like, what the hell is he doing? What kind of freaking engineer did we hire here who's never at the job? It was crushing, man. Yeah. And the guys, when I come back, they're like, dude, you were already skinny. I think you lost another 20 pounds because of that shit.
Oh, gosh.
It's pretty bad. Yeah. Mono is not that. But I have some other theories about what's going on with John.
Oh.
Not for public consumption, I take it.
Probably not.
Let's speculate wildly.
There we go. That's even better. That's even better. That never.
Programmer in the bull mindset community. Let's do a live, YouTube live where we all speculate what's going on with John.
Yes, sounds like
and help him find his masculine power again.
Yes.
All right, let's get this ball on the. Let's get this ball rolling.
What's new in your world, Manny?
Doing a lot more. Trying to do a lot more JVs. Really spending a lot of time on that. It's part of growing the business. Because I have so many products now, I feel like I don't want to create more products. I just want to sell more of what I already have created.
Yeah.
And find JVs who are aligned with the different product groups. Because mental toughness is one thing, social skills is one thing, productivity is one thing. And inside of productivity, there's multiple courses I have, a meditation course. So all of those are I can go to different verticals, different people who have needs in those areas, who have audiences in those areas, and sell through those channels. So I think at this point I'm not going to keep on creating any more new courses other than any membership sites, but sell these more to more newer audiences. Yes, that's all. That's what I'm thinking right now, because course creation by itself is pretty time consuming compared to selling it to other people's art. So this is what I was talking to John. I think selling it to other people's audience is the highest leverage activity for both businesses, because you've already figured out everything from the time someone hits your sales page or your opt-in page to delivery and solution. the product delivery and fulfillment in some ways, right? And the other person's got traffic. So it's basically both of you guys are winning massively in that compared to any other endeavor where you're trying to do it all by yourself.
Yeah.
You're building the traffic, and you're building, the whole marketing channel, and you're building the sales and the fulfillment, product delivery, and all that. But if you've already done a lot of that work, then, and there are people who have a lot of traffic, but they don't always have they can't monetize it just all the time. So they need some help as well. So like bringing it together I think has the highest leverage in a lot of the different business activities that I do on a day-to-day basis.
So what did I miss so I can pretend I know what I'm talking about?
We're talking about why John is going down the hill. Seriously, we were all trying to figure out what's going on with him. Josh's theory was that he's got mono, but I debunked that theory.
Yeah.
Lay off the donuts, John.
Yes. That's it.
Is that all?
It's too much carbs.
It's too much carbs.
Total carb crash all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, one meal a day doesn't mean a dozen donuts.
Oh man, donut diet.
I'm in. I'm totally in. Krispy Kreme, here I come.
Oh my god.
We should do a 30-day challenge, nothing but donuts.
Might be it might be the men's menstrual cycle that we don't know about.
The Homer Simpson challenge.
So you're just feeling tired or something, or?
Yeah, pretty much. Just yeah.
When was the last time you took some downtime?
Every day.
That's right. You're semi-retired. I keep forgetting.
Not every
It's
day.
more. The bigger question, Chuck, is when was the last time you really grinded it out? That might be a better answer here. Not like when was the last time you took downtime.
That does get me going sometimes.
Yeah, the grind is more powerful sometimes than the chill.
It's true. It's true for sure.
The grind gets you out of a lot of mental malaise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I've been suggesting to John to basically hand over all his monthly income to me so that he has to grind it out and make more money.
There we go.
Good plan. Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold on to this for you.
The best thing I can do as a friend, just take his money so that he can grind it out again. Start creating those pluralsight courses.
I love that idea, Bernie. I mean, Manny.
It's all for John, man. It's not like I'm gonna get any big benefits from it.
It's a true friend.
But yeah. I don't know what else to do for him. Look at this. John, I've sent you the wiring instructions. Just,
Yeah.
change all the routing instructions for your Pluralsight payouts, for simple programmer payouts, and we're good.
It's not gonna help me not be sleepy though. So
It will. It'll wake you the fuck up because you'll be like, how do I survive? You won't be worrying about.
I might just be sleeping. I might just be sleeping in a ditch somewhere.
Don't worry, you'll find a way. From ditch back to cleaning his house. The real story of John Sunmis.
Well, I'm tired, but I know what my issue is. I was up till 2:00 working on stuff.
You need to
and then my wife
ratchet up your volume, Chuck.
I don't think he can.
Maybe. I mean, if he's on AirPods. Are you connected to AirPod?
He's also driving, which limits his ability to make...
No, but the AirPods will pick up much better than just the
I think he is on the
microphone on the phone.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know how to check those settings, and I'm driving, so it's
Or are
Yeah.
you
hard.
using the car's Bluetooth?
Oh, my car doesn't have Bluetooth.
Oh, that's the most. Okay.
My truck is 17 years
Oh,
old,
damn.
So that would be Bluetooth 1.0, right?
Bluetooth 0.0.
yeah, I have to grab the packets with my fingers and move them across to the phone myself.
You can retrofit it with Bluetooth.
Yeah, I could get a new stereo that has Bluetooth in it.
Or
Yep.
just one of those things that you plug into the aux.
Yep.
Yeah,
There you go.
If he
Problem
has an
solved.
aux.
but yeah.
Solving big problems here on Entreprogrammers today.
Yes.
Big.
By the way, Chuck, I
Heck
think
yeah.
we missed out on the opportunity to sell to the 9,000 other downloads we already gotten. So that sucks, man. But
Yeah, that sucks. We'll still send the email.
yeah, the email should do well. I think
So-
this audience responded pretty well to the promo, way better than Ruby, I feel. Or maybe it was the same. We never actually gave them the opportunity to buy last time. So
Which-
for all those guys who don't believe you can sell through podcast, Chuck and I just disproved that argument by selling $328 worth of stuff to 1,300 downloads. Since then, I don't know what the numbers have been, but we lost out on the first 9,000 downloads because we didn't have our links squared away and the coupon code squared
the
away.
links weren't right.
Yeah, so that really screwed us up. But like 25 cents a download, that's a pretty good number in any realm. So that means we
Yeah.
struck a chord with the audience.
Which
So
was
25
this-
cents download means like we got, yeah. So we struck a chord with the audience. They were interested in the topic, and we were able to convert pretty consistently on the incoming traffic. And it's like,
I'm still pissed about those numbers.
yeah, about the total download numbers, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to be up late tonight too because I'm going to be fixing up my own system and moving everything over.
So you
Those
usually get
Blueberry
20,000
bullshit.
downloads a month, an episode
Yeah.
within the first
And
week.
most of the first week.
Oh, damn. And nowadays, what is it right now?
I mean, by the point that we were talking, I would have expected to see about 16 to 18,000 downloads.
And we had what, 12?
Yeah, it was about 12,000.
Wow.
And I went and I was looking at the history in Blueberry. You all remember when I was complaining about the last time they jacked my numbers, right?
Yes.
It just had that immediate drop about a year and 2 months ago. Yeah, I went back and looked again, and in October there's another inexplicable drop in numbers.
Huh.
So the numbers rallied back over like 10 months, and then they just inexplicably dropped again and haven't come back.
Jeez, you're saying Blueberry is not
yeah.
reporting it properly, or are people just abandoning you
Yeah.
randomly?
So it could be the latter. I don't know.
That doesn't
But
usually sound good. I
The
mean,
fact
all
that
right.
they jacked my but the fact that they jacked my numbers once already,
Mhm.
and when I went and talked to Todd Cochran, let me throw out names here. When I talked to Todd, he's like, "Oh well, there was a double counting issue from Apple Podcasts,"
Mhm.
and I'm like, "Well, nobody told me this."
Mhm.
And if it's an actual correction on the numbers, and I never was getting more than 12,000 downloads, fine. But again, I don't have any indication whatsoever as to why there's this drastic change in numbers, 6 months ago. So I'm just going to run it through my own system
Mhm.
and count them myself and see where I end up. I need to build that anyway for PodWrench. So it just became a priority.
Interesting.
But yeah, we can definitely sell through the podcasts.
We would have sold at least $2,000 to $3,000 if you're just a little better with that shit.
Yeah, I agree. Well, but this is the kind of thing that it's like, oh crap, I lost that on dollars, so I made a $2,000 mistake next time I'm not going to make the mistake, right? I'm going to all the affiliate links are fine, that everything's ready to go. You know, I'm going to double and triple check the copy, it's on point, and that way, you know, so I'm basically building a product.
I think it's one of those things where you got to let your the partner know like at least a week ahead of time, hey, your podcast episode is dropping.
Yeah.
So whatever you need, let's get all of that lined up. Or whatever we need together, let's get all that lined up. Because otherwise, if I just know the day off that it's already dropped, it's too late. Because now I have to like, oh, people
Yeah.
are downloading, people are already going and hitting the website and not getting what they want, and we already lost. And the first 6 hours are the most crucial.
Yep. Well, the other thing is that, I mean, I told you the date like a month ahead, but yeah, I need to get in a week ahead and say, hey, it's crunch time. Let's make sure this is all lined up.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you tell me a month ahead, I'm just assuming that like, oh, okay, that will happen. But then suddenly the
Yep.
day of it happens, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't realize. Like the prep in between was like totally. It was my fault. I didn't really get all of those lined up properly. But if only I had known a
Well, it
couple
was
of
my
days in
fault
advance, I would
too.
have just.
It's my fault too. I mean, I assumed that we had all the right information,
Yeah.
and I should have sent it over and double checked. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's, you know, it sucks, but at the same time, you know, for the I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Or at least I know more about what I'm doing.
Yeah.
There was another joint venture that I did for Ruby, for the Ruby Motion,
For
which
the
is
email?
writing mobile apps, and yeah, and I did the email. I had her on the show and put links into her, and I guess turnout for her webinar, nobody bought the product.
Oh my God! So she didn't make any money out of it.
She made a few sales. She didn't make a ton of sales.
She did make a few sales.
Her conversion rate, her conversion rate on the webinar though was not what she wanted it to be. And
like what was it? How many people from your email to webinar to sales, and what was the price point?
I need to get those numbers from her. The price point I think was like $500.
So yeah, I mean, even if she made like 2 or 3 sales, she probably was like, all right, at least I converted. Does she want to do it again?
I'm going to be talking to her this next week anyway, so.
The best indicator will be like if she wants to do it again. If she wants to do it again, that means it actually worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now this is like an opportunity
but it sounded
for
like
you.
It converted pretty well to get them on the webinar. So.
Okay. How many registrants did she get?
I don't know. I need to get the actual numbers. She was happy with that conversion rate though. So.
Okay. And I was thinking like this is a good opportunity for you to be able to use podcasts as a way to sell other products while you still continue to do your sponsorships and stuff like that.
Yep.
Right. Now that you know you can convert this, and at least like you could like if the links and the copy in the by the way, the podcast show notes, man, I don't know who's doing them, but can I say it? Can I give my free opinion on the podcast show notes?
Sure.
They suck. Because it's show notes, it's not podcast copy. It's really designed for just a random person to go and watch. Oh, this is what happened, and there are links to these 10 books we talked about, and there are 20 other links to blah, blah, blah. No, dude, we're trying to sell. We're trying to sell like thousands of dollars worth of product here. There should be only one link, and it should be copy that leads to that product. Everything else is useless, right? So
yeah.
And podcast show notes are good when you're very generic. But if you're going to try and sell through podcasts, you got to write copy that actually convinces people to buy.
Yeah, that's the other thing that's going into the process for the joint venture type shows. Is we're gonna write the copy so that it drives people to go and click the link.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the other ones, they are sort of generic. I mean,
Yeah.
I could still, set it up so that
Well, they're probably generic and
essentially
is okay for a while till you have a JV deal. And when you have a JV deal, you got to
Yeah.
get away from generic and go
Yeah.
hardcore marketing copy
Yeah.
with a JV partner. Because I think if you do it right, from the numbers you've collected and numbers you've seen, maybe you collect a couple of thousand just from the podcast sale, but then also you do email campaign for that product, and maybe you do once a month or
Yeah.
twice a month, and you collect another 5 to 6,000 from that without you really having to do much. So if you have 4 shows a week, 4 shows a month, and if you do 1 or 2 of them like that, you really don't have to create your own products, but you can become the provider of value in another way, more like Udemy and other sites.
No, I agree.
Yeah. This is good. I think you should be able to do more consistently, more deals like this now.
Yeah.
Reach out more to people who have courses in the area and let them talk to that.
Yeah.
And then basically prepare them. Like, this is how we've done in the past. This is how it's worked
Yeah.
out.
Well,
How we're going to do. We're going to take 50%
understand the
split.
process.
Yeah. We're going to do a 50% split or whatever the
Yep.
split you want. And we're going to do an email campaign as well. I want to see your conversions. And then you can literally, it's additional revenue to your sponsorship for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the other thing is that it's funny because I talk to people about the podcasts, and a lot of folks they get kind of down on the joint venture type things, but I'm not going to do a joint venture unless I think it adds massive value to the listener.
Mm-hmm.
And so if it adds massive value to the listener, then I'd be doing them a disservice not to do the joint venture.
Yeah.
Not to put this in their hands and say, hey, look, spend $100 or something and level up.
Yeah.
You're going to be more valuable to the company you work for. You're going to, you'll be able to go ask for more money when you get a new job, and you have all these things, these tools in your tool belt that make you better.
Yeah. I think one of the things, as I'm thinking this out loud, is that you go with people who have proven products and proven like somewhat like they have shown that they can convert on other people's audiences.
Yeah.
So you're much more likely to be able to get those conversions. And here's the thing.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude, I had people literally emailing me. I don't know how they found even my email address. And they're like, hey, I listened to your podcast and your code doesn't work. What's going on? Can you please send me the code? Like, can you send me the right link? They were like, it was where they were basically helping me debug whatever links were broken and whatever code was broken. And the fact that I left the freaking cart in test mode, one of the guys found out and told me about it because they were so interested in it, right? So the people were coming forth saying, hey, I want this. And that's what you want, rather than like shoving it down their throat unnecessarily.
Yeah.
And I think you guys should do the 10 steps to learn anything quickly with John. That should be a good one.
My phone rang while I was driving. But yeah, we plugged the course a few times, but we weren't pushing it
Right.
hard. We were just talking about the value of productivity, and then said, hey, if you want to level it up, here you go. And
we didn't push it at all. We did not push it at all, right? We just talked about productivity. We just talked about productivity. And in the end, I said, hey, if you guys are interested, I have summarized, and this is the coupon code. And you can just find the link in the show notes and go get it there. Literally, I left it at that.
Yep.
So people literally made the leap from like listening, going to the show notes page, finding the coupon code and going and entering, and still we made a bunch of sales. So that was like really encouraging to see that people will go that far compared to just sitting in the email and clicking on the link to buy.
Yeah.
Right. I think what has happened is like we built so much trust with them because we educated them so much that they were like, okay, well, this is something I really need and I want to have it. So I will do the work. I will jump through the hoops to get that stuff.
Yep. Exactly.
I think it'll do well on your email list, on this email list.
Yeah.
This was
Yep,
a JavaScript Jabber? Was this JavaScript Jabber? Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. and they are a little more engaged than Ruby Rogues.
Yeah, and it's a much bigger list, so much more downloads and stuff.
Yeah, so I think we're going to get some good conversion on there.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm saying you should do the 10 steps to learn anything with John.
I should. I really should.
Do you guys have a funnel now working?
We are running some ads.
What?
So, yeah. So the Facebook team finally reached out.
Yeah.
Earlier this week, and they were working on another client project last week, and so they're wanting to continue. They didn't bail on us, but they're wanting to continue working on it. So John did a Facebook Live, which apparently went pretty well, and then they're testing a few different ads, running to the testing a few different top of funnel messages. So we're still pretty early in it. I haven't met with them again yet since we decided to switch courses. So probably next week, I imagine we'll sync up and get this thing built out.
Mm-hmm.
So not a whole lot to report there.
Do you guys have a funnel for your products now? Like, as in, if someone buys 10 steps to learn anything quickly, they can be upsold to how to market yourself and real estate, XYZ, blah, 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 like maybe 3 of your other courses.
I mean, we've got upsells in place. The problem is, like, our sales volume is low enough that it doesn't matter. Like, we have upsells in place, and I think John got it set up like about a month ago, and I think I've seen like 3 or 4 of them come through.
Out of how many sales?
Out of a few hundred.
Well, we just have it on the workbook. The only thing I put the upsell on.
Yeah, but that's the most popular product.
Yeah.
And that's the $5 to $49. That one used to convert at like 10 to 12%, and it's not anymore for whatever reason.
Tell me more about the upsell. Like, what are you guys doing? So it's a $5 front end product.
Yeah, it's the $5 blogging course workbook, and then going to the $49 offer for 10 ways to make more money with your blog, or 10 ways to make money with your blog. So it's a pretty logical upsell sequence. And that when we were with Zaxa, that used to convert at 10 to 11% consistently.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a huge amount of money, but it was like maybe $500 a month or something.
Yeah, I mean, if you're making 500 from the front end product, sounds like.
Right. Yeah, it was another
500 from the back end.
Right. Yeah.
So 10% of 50 is another $5. So you're doubling your sales volume.
Right. Yeah, and so that doesn't happen anymore. So I guess we could experiment with.
What are you guys seeing? What is the percentage now?
It's hard to, probably like 2%. Let me look.
Well,
same everything. I mean, it's exactly the same setup, basically. Let's see, this month. Let's look at last month just to get a ballpark. I can't figure out, there must be reporting in this somewhere, but I haven't been able to figure out the how to actually see the upsell percentage. So last month we did, let me see, I'm going to guess like,
and it's not optimized at all. It needs to be like revisited and improved, but
10 ways. Oh, there we go. Wait, no. Okay, wait. Sorry, this is the WooCommerce reports whenever you change tabs, it resets all this filters. Okay, so 69, like in the last 30 days or so, we're averaging like 70 sales on the 10 steps to learn anything quickly. Yeah, and I've only seen a couple. I've seen maybe 2 or 3 upsells come through. There may be a couple more.
So it's like 2 or 3% now.
Yeah.
And what is the upsell format?
John, what is it? Is it just how did you set that up? Is it a page or is it just?
Yeah, it's a page that
it's the upsell page that we had?
No, I just created one quickly. So it's definitely not the best it could be. So there's a lot of room for improvement there.
So I mean, at least from all of my experience selling upsells is that if you just had a 5-minute video script using Russell Brunson's upsell formula, that's already in his book, that can easily get your conversions to 25% at the right price point. Basically, it can double your front end sale when done properly. Whatever the product might be, even if you're selling 10 steps to learn anything quickly, you should be able to sell how to market yourself and double the front end revenue with the right sales, with the 5-minute sales video and
Right.
a buy here button. Nothing else. Just a 5-minute video and click here for the upsell.
Right.
Every single upsell, I've been able to convert it around the same conversion point, like doubling the front end of the cart value. You guys have seen this, more or less. We've been able to do that. Yeah, 10% conversion is good. The price point can change everything, but 10% conversion is pretty good.
Yeah. So we'll definitely. I mean, once we get the front end working for 10 steps.
No, but you don't need anything. Here's how I have set it up in ThriveCart. I literally have.
Really happy.
I have upsell videos for upsell. I have sales videos for each of my products. Upsell sales videos for each of my products.
Right.
So it's just a matter of plugging in the right upsell video for whatever product. Basically, reconfiguring the funnel, not reconfiguring, just having multiple funnels going on at the same time. If you buy product A, you get upsold product C, D, E, F. If you buy product B, you still get upsold product A, C, D, E, F, G. If you buy product G, you still get upsold A, B, C, D, E. So what I mean is, I have video upsells for each of our products, irrespective of which funnel is being used. So no matter what's being sold, each of those will still be upsold. So that way, it doesn't matter
Right.
wherever, whatever's going on, it's just plug and play. Just take that upsell page or sales video, and in ThriveCart, it's really easy to do. I just literally like plug and play. Now that I have all the upsells done, I just put them there, and that's it. There's no more work to be done.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks.
So you're not making any attempt to connect the products at all. You just stick the next thing in front of them.
Mm-hmm. The thing what I've learned is like trying to connect almost is not good.
Well, if it's an upgrade, like if it's a add-on, then it's good.
Only then if it's something that's so required. But what Russell Brunson was saying was that a lot of times you don't have to have the products connected for them to want to buy, because you bought one thing. Now that itch is already scratched. The productivity. If I sold you a productivity 10x, a productivity book summaries, now trying to sell them more productivity would be harder compared to sell them something like social skills,
right,
or mental toughness or meditation, because they've already scratched the productivity itch. So now it's going to be harder to sell the other productivity programs compared to selling the other stuff. Hey, by the way, you're interested in productivity because you want to grow your career. By the way, did you know that you need your social skills to be in order to get promoted, blah, blah, blah. And I sell this for this amount, but right now you can get it for this. And not only that, you want to increase your confidence and self-esteem, so buy this. So they don't have to be connected at all. You just have to make a case, a good enough reason for why they need it.
Well, I guess what I was saying is what you just did there, verbally connected to the previous thing.
I try not to even make that connection in the video. Like not even try to say, hey, you just bought productivity, so you should buy this, because then I have to like make sure that video is only good for the productivity sales video. It's more like, hey, I'm glad you invested in the project, in the program, and I know you're an ambitious person, you want to improve your life, you want to take your life to the next level. By the way, here's another thing you should be improving if you want to take your life to the next level, blah, blah, blah. So it's a little more generic, so it probably hurts my conversions a little bit, but it's worth to me compared to having custom videos for each of them, which would just drive me nuts.
Right.
So upsells, yeah, I mean, as I said, even with that very generic funnel, I still double my upfront sales. My front-end sales, let's put it that way. So if you guys are not doing upsells, you're leaving a lot of money on the table.
Well, we were doing them for a long time, so I know what they were doing for us before.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it's not like it was for us. It was an extra 10 to 20% of revenue is what we saw.
Well, then you were not doing good upsell scripts. Copy Russell Brunson's upsell script because it works.
Potentially, yeah. Potentially, we weren't. It wasn't optimized, that's for sure. But
10% is too small, is what I'm saying.
yeah,
John's gonna die on us in the video here.
I know.
He's gonna pass out. Dude.
Oh.
You just not been sleeping, or?
No, I've been sleeping. That's the thing. Is like I even like took a nap yesterday. Like I was so tired, and I still I went to bed at like 10 o'clock. I don't know what the deal is.
He even took a nap at 7:30 today in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's your audience. I think it's your upsells not optimized properly. 10% is not good enough. Your upsell should be able to sell at a much higher value if you just do the right optimization on those, get the right page. I don't know if your Zaxa is. I don't even know what Zaxa is, but
we're not. We're on WooCommerce now. That was
if you have
Zaxa
if you have a good cart solution that delivers consistently on the upsells and doesn't fuck up with that, whether it's ClickFunnels or one cart, one shopping cart, or Thrive cart or whatever, you got to be doubling that shit every time.
I'd like to see numbers where you're getting a 25% conversion rate.
You've seen that already. Why don't you go look at our...
No. What we saw was a 25% overall revenue increase.
Double. No, not 25. From a $29 front-end product to average cart order value of around $52 or something.
Okay, but that's not.
Yep.
That's not. But you're saying you're getting a 25% uptake on the upsell. I've never seen that before.
No, not 25%. I'm saying overall we're doubling the cart value.
But you just said 10% is too low, and you said that it should be a 20. You said 10% is too low, and that
1 to 2% is pretty bad. You said 10% overall uptake. I'm talking 10% revenue. I'm saying 10% revenue is really bad. You should be looking at.
Oh yeah, no. It wasn't 10%. It wasn't 10% revenue. It was what we were getting was 10 to 11% uptake on the upsell, going from $5 to $50.
Right.
That's doubling your revenue.
That's 50%. Yeah.
That's doubling your revenue.
Yeah, and then we were getting from there. We were getting another 10%. No, a 7% uptake, going from $50 to $199.
Yeah. So you're.
Yeah.
That's another. That's a huge one. Oh, 7% of those guys. So it's small.
Yeah. So, So, I don't know. I'd need to look at what the math worked out to be, but it was.
But if you look at just this math, it doubles your revenue. That's what I'm trying to say. It doubles your front end offer.
Let me look at it here. I'll tell you what we actually got.
Someone go and slap John a few times. He might just wake up. If anyone who's watching Programmers right now in San Diego and you're in PB, just go knock on John's door.
You might want to get 2 or 3 friends first.
Yeah. Do not encourage more unplanned visits from people, please.
Shit.
Oh, really? Is there a story?
There's several.
Oh my god. So if you see him outside today, just go and slap him because he's cool with that.
Yeah.
He needs to wake the F up.
Yeah, I should have. I'll just jump in my truck and drive down to San Diego.
Okay.
It's
To get
only
that
12 hours
opportunity.
or so.
All right. Yeah, I'll pull this up. You can keep talking. But
Yeah. So Russell Brunson's script is pretty. His formula for upsell, it's pretty good. Like, if you just go with the generic, like without really any knowledge of an upsell formula,
Mm.
then I can see why it's pretty hard to convert that very well. But his formula is pretty darn good.
Where are you getting this from? From Expert Secrets?
Yeah, one of the books,
.com
.com Secrets or
Okay.
Expert Secrets.
Yeah.
I have a Evernote document of that. I can send it to you. Basically, he keeps emphasizing the fact, like one of the most important thing he emphasizes is never make them feel like what they bought was not enough.
Yeah.
And also make them feel very comfortable, emphasizing the fact that you got a return guarantee. So don't worry, nothing's happening. I'm just trying to help you out here, not trying to scam you or try to tell you, oh, you just bought that shit, but that was shit. You have to buy the real stuff to make all of this work. Don't never do that to people because then they get really pissed
Right.
off.
yeah.
Instead, like just walk them to the next step. You probably want this as well. And emphasizing, hey, I have 180-day money back guarantee. You don't have to worry about any of that. If you don't like it, no big deal. I'm really grateful you bought the first one and invested with us. That means a lot to us. Dude, John, stop it. Oh my God. This is real. I thought he was just joking.
No. I don't know what it is, honestly. It's so weird.
I mean, I'm cool with sharing my money with Josh and Chuck on the show here, just to keep you honest.
The money? What do you mean?
Your income. So I don't want it I don't want it all for myself. I'm not.
Oh,
gonna
I
be
see.
selfish.
I see. Yeah.
He's tired enough. You might be able to get him to sign it over.
Uh-huh. Hey, John, here, let me give you all my money. Can you please sign it?
Yeah, there you go.
I'm signing it while he's sleeping.
Oh.
Okay, I think I finally got the stats here from our old Zaxa. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so yeah, so we would get on this offer previously. So this was about 20. I think I switched off of this in the fall of 2017. So at that time, we were getting a 9.6% conversion rate on the front end offer of $5. And then the upsell was to the $49 offer was 8.47%.
Okay.
So it was about, not quite double, but it was about 80%.
Yeah, which is.
And then
close
we were
enough.
getting
Yeah.
2.26% upsell percentage on the how to market yourself.
2.2 of who already bought the $50
Yeah,
product?
the ones who took the ups, they would I think they would only see the second upsell if they bought the first one. So
Possibly. Depends.
yeah,
That's not how my cart is set up. They get to see everything.
they get to see everything. Yeah, I think that was how that was set up.
That's not. Yeah, I mean, that's not good because you want them. Who knows where they
Right.
are
Right.
in the journey.
So the front end product was 10,700, and the overall total revenue was 23,000.
See,
So,
double.
yeah, it's
That's
50,
exactly
yeah,
what
it's
I was saying.
50%.
Doubled it.
Yeah, doubled it. Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying. So if all your products had upsells built into it, I think you should just get a better card than this, whatever you guys are using right now. It sounds like that's.
Well, when I switched to Thrive Card is when it tanked. I had the same exact. I used the same exact thing, and then I used everything the same. We switched to Thrive Card, and it started the upsell percentage started to go down, and it's basically been zero since the beginning of 2018.
Oh,
It's
because you were
basically been
embedding the
zero.
button in on your site, right? That's what you're telling me.
We were having all kinds of. I mean, yeah, every upsell thing that I've done has been really, really problematic. And actually, Zaxa. The reason I switched off of Zaxa in the first place was because of all the problems with the upsells.
Right. Yeah.
Because because nobody can manage to do this one-click upsell thing correctly. And I
think
did try.
ClickFunnels has got it pretty well.
ClickFunnels. Well, I haven't
That's
used
what
it
it's
enough.
designed for.
It seems like they have. Yeah, it does.
But does it work with PayPal? Right. I don't know. That's the thing. Like anyone can make it work with Stripe.
Yeah, it works with Stripe for everybody. But then if you do PayPal, then it's like all bets are off.
I've gotten upgrades on PayPal sales.
Yeah, we've gotten them working, but a lot of them end up airing out, and then you end up. We've gotten a lot of complaints in the past from people who actually didn't even get the first product. That was the problem. Was with Zaxa, we weren't even getting, and ThriveCart both. I think we weren't even getting it was killing the first sale.
Yeah.
So that's why I switched off of it to begin with.
Never heard that problem, but then it's worth looking at Samcart and ClickFunnels to see which one works best, and if any of them are. Because for a few $100s a month, you're leaving a lot of money on the table for the solutions these guys are having, right? Okay, well, maybe they don't get PayPal working perfectly, but shit, there's still so much more money to be made from all the other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a 50% lift in the average cart value is definitely
100% lift.
Is it?
Yeah.
100. Yeah. I guess 100%. Yeah.
So it doubles your revenue overnight. If revenue only comes from product sales.
Is that really true? Is that?
Well, that's what we saw on that funnel. It wasn't. I don't think it was. Let me look at the other funnels that we have. So we had one on how to market yourself.
And then you haven't even introduced the idea of the bump, because the bump also helps.
Right.
It is anywhere from 50% to 100% easily every single time. Now we can argue whether it's 100 or 120% or 80%, but it's in that neighborhood. It's definitely pretty big number.
Well, I mean,
if it was
only
10%, then yeah, maybe you should not. But at 50 to 100%, it's like no-brainer.
We had, so here's another one that we had on how to market yourself as a software developer. All right, we had, let me make sure I'm reading this correctly. I think I'm reading this correctly. So we had 114,000 total revenue. All right. We were upselling 10 ways to make money with your blog, 10 steps to learn anything quickly, and and those two. So we'd go. This was on how to market yourself. This was probably the monthly payment option, and it actually added 7,000. So 100 out of 114,000, the upsells were only 7,000 of that.
No, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
What was the price point?
So it was $199 was the initial price point, but it was probably one of the monthly payment ones. So $99 a month basically, or $66 a month for 3 months, and then it was 10 ways to make money with your blog is $49, and 10 steps was going to be $79.
Yeah, see, I mean, so that is tough because you're going lower on the price.
Yeah, but that should, if anything, that should be easier because those are essentially in-cart
conversion
bumps.
Percentages are not usually going to change from 10% to 50% because it's cheaper.
All right, so here's another one. So what I'm telling you is the average that I've seen is around 20%.
You already seen
value.
More than 100% on one of your products.
On one of them, yeah. But all the other ones that we've done were, so we have one here, 10 steps to learn anything quickly. we offer 10 ways to make money with your blog for $49, and then we offer how to market yourself as a software developer for $199.
Uh-huh.
And that one, the total revenue, front end revenue was 128,000. Total revenue was 146. So it added about 20,000.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
I agree. That's not good. So that means your upsell was not good, or your upsell sales video was not good, or your technology was broken.
Well, it couldn't have been the
Way to narrow it
technology.
down there, Manny.
It couldn't have been the technology was broken because the other funnel had the
Right.
with the.
Was it at the same time? All of this happening at the same time?
Yeah, this was all happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then you have to look at your sales pages and see which ones, like the upsell sales funnel sequences or the sales videos. Or
The upsell on this one was, the uptake was almost 7% on the first upsell.
Yeah.
So, and then 5% on the second one. So that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's the price point here that's the problem. You're going from 199 to 49, which totally screws up everything, right?
No, this was 79 to 199, and then also.
Hang on, 79 to 199, and you had 8% uptake on that?
No, that one was 5%. So.
That's 5% is pretty bad. It should be more like 10 to 20% to get the 79 up to more like $100, $120 cart value.
I agree that 20% is better than 7%.
No, it's bad. As in your conversion is bad. 5% conversion is bad.
Are you sure? Do you want to give me a math lesson on that?
Yeah. It's all relative, Manny. It's all relative.
I agree. I'm just saying the conversion percentage is bad. And you don't have bumps, right?
Currently, no.
Yeah. All right. I think there's a room for definitely, if it's not 100%, maybe even 50% revenue addition, if you guys just added bumps and upsells and had high quality videos for those upsells rather than just like a sales page. Because it's all conversion, right? It's all sales conversions at that point.
It is. I mean, I'd be happy to try it.
Well, John,
I haven't seen any evidence that it's our audience that they respond better to video than print, though. So every time we've done every time we've done a video anything to the email list, it's not done anything.
Okay, well, I don't know how good your sales script is, the upsell script. Are you guys using the Russell Brunson formula?
I think for the most of those upsells, we just basically sent them to the other sales page.
No, that's one of the things. Basically, Russell Brunson says, no, you can't do that. Like, you can't just sell them to another sales page and have them spend 20-30 minutes on that shit. That's just gonna.
I've converted. I mean, I've seen an upsell that was just a few bullet points that converted at 20%.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's completely relative.
It is relative, but
there was no video.
the more you now again go and say, okay, let me make you watch another 30-minute video, that's counter. Or let me go through a whole sales page. It's counter to the whole process. So actually less is more when you're trying to upsell, because they've already bought into you now. You don't have to go through the process of building all of that again, like all that credibility and trust and all that shit. They like you. Now it's just a matter of them believing that the new product is what they want. So a lot of the work that you think you need to do on a sales page is not the work you need to do on an upsell page. If you do too much work, it will tank your conversions. He talks about that. Check out. I think you should check out the .com secrets and check out. I think there's some online videos where he talks about that too. Like trying to sell too much on upsell will hurt your conversions. In fact, you try to sell very little. You just kind of just explain the benefits of the next thing, and you let them figure it out. And he's like, earlier he was giving an example of how he was like selling these 10, like he had this product he was selling, and he was giving all these 10 benefits of the product and why this is amazing, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't converting well. So one of my friends called up. He's like, I don't think your second upsell is converting very well. Russell was like, yeah, it's not. Why? How do you know? He's like, you're talking too much.
Huh.
Yeah. So then he's like, all you need to do is sell 1 point, not sell 20 points. Sell the one most critical point, the one most critical benefit from that whole thing, and you're going to convert much better than try to sell all 20. So yeah, the 2 or 5 bullet points actually work better than trying to sell. Well, I mean, the same shit with whoever that guy you did the salary negotiation with. What, you guys doubled the front end value?
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. That goes exactly against what Russell Brunson was saying, because what the upsell was more of what they just bought. And
Yeah.
that's what's been the most successful for us. Every time I've tried this, what's been most successful is more of the same. Not when you try to switch gears and throw something else at them, it doesn't work. That's what I think that's what the problem was with these other funnels that I'm talking about here, is that the product was completely unrelated. And the one that worked well was, you want to start a blog, you want to learn how to make money with your blog, you want to learn how to market yourself. Those are all one continuous.
Okay, so I see what's going on. So here's my theory here. I think what you're saying is right, except if you have a good sales letter that actually convinces them of the upsell rather than trying to send them through a sales page, you're going to have a much better chance at it. Because the upsell letter.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I'm trying to remember. I know the sales letter for the 10 ways to make money with your blog was written specifically as an upsell.
Yeah.
We don't actually sell that.
That makes sense, right? That makes sense, because you wrote an upsell, but everything else is not designed as an upsell. That's why it's not selling as an upsell very well. But if you just change that upsell focused sales video or sales page, sales video probably is better, because it only takes, and so 500 videos all you need to convince them. It has to be an upsell. A sales page should not be a full-blown sales page for a warm audience or a full audience should not be used as an upsell sales page, is all I'm saying. Because the messaging has to be different. The messaging is different. The messaging has to be a little more tuned to the idea that they already bought into you. Now you're just giving them something different, another opportunity, another way to improve their life, like that, rather than show them the whole thing. In case you lose them, they just click out or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh man.
Okay, I'm gonna ask for some feedback from you guys for this FinCon proposal I'm doing right now. Let's see.
Nice. And then I'm gonna go next after we hash out your.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is my FinCon. These are the article. These are the titles and the description, the 150-page description. Tell me which one you like. Read the first one. Give me your feedback. What should I improve?
So this is for a conference, and
yeah, FinCon.
10-second version of the audience at FinCon.
Huh?
What's the 10-second version of the audience?
These are financial bloggers who have, bloggers, YouTubers, podcasters in the financial space, in the not make money so much as like money, invest money, save money, get out of debt, all of that stuff. Probably make money as well, but not as much, I think. So these bloggers are all trying to improve their sites, and they're trying to make more money from their business.
Yeah, I'm seeing John's screen. I like I like number 2, just the title. I'm looking at the titles. I
Okay,
think
here. You
number
should be able to
2.
read both. Oh.
Yeah, number 2 I think is number 2 is better. I would drop the strategic content matrix reference and just leave that convert every piece of your content into a mini sales machine without ever being salesy. And if you wanted to stick, you could go with the strategic content matrix.
I see. Okay.
But I think that like probably if these people are content creators, so I think they're going to like the idea of taking, like, email marketing is sort of another thing.
When is FinCon?
September.
All right.
Email marketing is kind of another thing. So they don't consider themselves email marketers. So I would say they would probably be a lot more excited about the idea of the work that they're already doing becoming revenue generating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plus, a lot of them might have the attitude of not liking the whole email marketing thing and feeling like it's scammy and all that stuff. So
you don't really have to worry about that with this audience. These are financial bloggers. They are like, they're like, you've got in the level of scamminess, affiliate marketers are at the bottom. They're the sleaziest sleazeballs, and right above there is financial bloggers. Like they're so.
Okay.
Software developers might be near the top of that, right? Like it basically, it's like affiliate marketers, financial bloggers, fitness bloggers, and then I guess life coaches are between financial bloggers and affiliate marketers.
Oh man. I love the life coaches who have not actually done anything.
Yeah, the 19-year-old life coaches are, those are the best ones.
Yeah.
I think I'll still vote for option 2.
Okay. Well, there's also option 3.
I agree.
Oh, option 3.
Yeah,
that's probably better.
Okay, let me show you both. You like this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, ATM is a good reference as well for the audience.
The FinCon people don't care about money.
Yeah, I think I would go 3, 2, 1 would probably be my vote.
Okay. All right, interesting. I mean, I can submit all 3. It's not a big deal, and let them pick. Was there anything in the description you like better, one or the other, or are you just going by the titles here?
Honestly, I think the titles will probably be the make or break.
So this title, okay, so the other title you're saying is convert every piece of your content to a mini sales machine without ever being salesy. Compare that to 3-step content ATM that converts your content into a money-making machine.
Yeah.
Which one is better?
I think the third one.
This one?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wasn't that what you changed the title of your talk to for Podfest?
Yeah, this is more of the podcast. Yeah. This is going to be just the Podfest stuff.
Yeah.
This stuff would actually require more work. This would require minimum work from me to do this one.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. The talk itself was pretty good.
What makes sense, Chuck?
Yeah, I agree with Josh. Is kind of where I was headed.
Okay.
And yeah, the 3-step content ATM. The only thing that threw me off when you changed the title from whatever it was listed in the program for Fest was that it took me a minute for my brain to go to where ATM or what ATM means.
Oh yeah.
And so
because it was supposed to be repurposing, and here I was doing something else.
Yeah. So what I would do is I would just, anyway, you might want to lead with money making machine instead of ATM.
Interesting. So maybe I just remove 3-step. If it's content ATM that converts your content into money making machine.
Yeah, but still, my brain is trying to figure out content ATM. Is that like a slang term, or oh no, you actually mean automatic teller machine? That shows you how old I am that I know what that actually stands for. But
so you're saying convert your content into a money making machine?
Yeah.
And then say using this 3-step content ATM framework.
Yep. Something like that. But
what do you think, Josh?
I like it.
Huh?
Yeah, I like it. Generally, like it's usually better to lead with the benefit first and then go with the mechanism.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
So
intrigue later.
Yeah. So be, create a money making machine using the content you're already creating or something like that.
Using the 3-step content.
And then in the description, it's like, you didn't know you could print money, but you kind of already are, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
This one weird trick that converts your content into a money making machine.
All right, you're not sleeping. I was gonna say, hey man,
I love those ads. This one weird trick that will get you to sleep. Will get you quality sleep. I don't know.
It works even if you know it. It doesn't like.
I know.
I always click that. I'm like, okay, I want to know the weird thing.
Yeah, just enter your credit card number.
That's the trick.
Yeah.
John, you got any further feedback? You've been to FinCon, so you know the people.
Yeah, I like the third one. I like I like the idea of the first one, but I feel like it's hard to like communicate to people why they aren't. I don't know. Like it's hard to tell them that they're going to make a bunch of money from email marketing that they don't understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're content creators. It's sort of like saying, I don't know, like telling a dentist, well, you can make a bunch of money, I don't know, subletting your office space and you know what I mean? Like it's less versus like you can double the prices that you're charging your patients. It's like a couple more mental leaps from where they are. They think of themselves as content creators.
Yeah. And so if you can convince them they're already 80 to 90% of the way there.
Right.
Then they'll get interested in email marketing or whatever it is that you're trying to pitch them.
So maybe if I led with benefit first rather than the mechanism, it might be better.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying start with, money making machine or,
Yeah, it's almost like, I mean, the funny thing is this stuff is kind of covered in the third one anyways, in a different format, in the sense I wouldn't lead with email marketing right off the bat, but ultimately it will take them there anyways. So
yeah.
Yep.
This is more like explicit. Hey, if you want to write email marketing, let's do this. Let's write your email marketing. But this is okay. So I think I see what's going on here. I'm telling them, hey, you need to take this medicine. You need to take this medicine. You need to take this medicine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Here I'm saying, hey, I know you like fruits, or I know you like that sweet sugary stuff. Here, come grab some of that. And as soon as they come in, you just grab hold of them and
stick the syringe down their throat and like the cat.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Yeah. Okay. This makes sense. Like this is leading with the benefit because more or less all of them are very similar in what's going to happen, but one starts with the benefit first, and that changes everything for them.
Right. And the closer that you can start to where they are mentally, the better. Like you don't want to have to make them take a mental leap. Like you always want to start with a point of agreement or something that they already think about themselves or agree with. And then even if you're trying to change their mind, you still start there and then you wind your way through. But
the other thing is
you don't hit them it rarely works to hit somebody in the face with something that opposes their worldview.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other thing is instead of leading with like in this workshop or most bloggers, podcasters, YouTubers, whatever, what you start with is you're already doing most of the work, right? You're most of the way there.
Mm.
So I would just start with you've basically already put the rocket on the launch pad and strapped yourself in. Now I'm going to show you how to push the button to get liftoff.
Mm.
And so then you're not saying start with you. You are here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You are here. You want this. And you're going to get, we're going to show you how to get to the moon. We're going to show you how to make your moonshot. And it turns out that it's actually less work than driving around the corner to the convenience store.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to take this advice when I'm submitting to conferences.
It's part of it's very hard to get out of your own head.
It's so true.
Right? You think you're doing the most amazing job until someone from outside who has no perspective on it or who doesn't really know anything about it, and they're like, what?
Well,
like, oh shit, I totally blew it.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is that you're thinking, yeah, who wouldn't want to hear how to make a ton of money with their email list?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is people who don't understand that you really can make them a ton of money with their email list.
Yeah.
So if you can spell out the roadmap for them, it just makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. So here's the second challenge. Should I submit this as a workshop or should I submit this as one of the sessions for either bloggers, podcasters, or YouTubers? Like there are 3 tracks: blogger track, podcaster track, YouTube track. Or I could do a workshop. The problem is it's on the last day and it's 1.5 hours long, while each of the blogger, podcaster, YouTube sessions is only 45 minutes long, and it could be even on the first day. So, and I feel like if it's 1.5 hours long, you'll get fewer audience. But
yeah, I think
audience.
I would say go with the one that's likely to be earlier, because there's more people that are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were going for consulting clients out of this, it might make sense to wait and spend more time with people.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's true.
But I don't think.
Yeah.
No, I do. I do want to get coaching clients out of it. I don't really want to go and sign up for my podcast because that doesn't really do much for me. It's good, but it's not worth it. I'd much rather get coaching clients out of it.
Well, that makes it tough.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, is it a more intimate? It sounds like the 1.5 hour. Is it going to be like a slightly different format? Like maybe less you up on stage?
It's a workshop.
What does that mean?
John, do you know?
Do I know what?
Anything about the conference?
I know that it's like 3 days and multi-tracked, and yeah.
That shows what John was doing at the conference.
What specifically are you asking about the conference?
Should I submit this as in the podcaster track, in the YouTube track, in the blogger track, or should I submit this for a workshop, which would be double the length? So podcaster, YouTuber, or blogger track would be like 45 minutes each, while the workshop would be 1.5 hours, and that would be on Saturday, while the others would probably be done on Thursday or Friday.
Well, usually you do the workshop to get paid.
Yeah.
Right? Because usually you split the workshop fee with the organizer. So they usually...
Are they going to pay? Like there's no mention of pay there.
For workshops? Workshops are usually paid. I can't imagine they're going to have you do workshops for free. Usually it's like a 50 pay of whatever they charge of the workshop.
Well, it's the full ticket. Whoever buys the ticket gets access to everything, right?
I don't think they get access to the workshops, do they? Or maybe they do. I don't know.
We'll take a look.
I mean, you're going to get less people in a workshop, then you'll reach a wider audience with a talk for sure.
All right. I mean, who wants to sit through 1.5 hours of workshop if they could just get that same stuff in 45 minutes?
Yeah, but that's not how the conference organizers are going to look at it.
Okay, what are they looking for?
Well, they just want people to have a great experience at the conference. So if their attendees are getting what they deem to be good value from going, spending an hour and a half in your workshop, then the organizers will be happy with that.
Yeah, there's no additional price for the workshop.
Okay, yeah. I don't know then. I mean, I feel like you're going to get less people in a workshop than you will in a.
Well, that
if your goal is to get like coaching clients, then the workshop is probably the best format because you're going
more time with them means more likelihood of them converting.
Right, and you're going to be doing one-on-one, like a workshop. You're going to be working with people
More
directly.
Engaged. More engaged, more Q&A.
Yeah.
More learning for them. Yeah, it's probably a smaller audience, but more likely to convert rather than a bigger
and
audience.
it'll also be, think about it this way too. It's a filter, right? So they're there on the third day when probably half the people are like drunk or just kind of hanging out. So that they would be a pretty motivated audience. So I don't know. I feel like we don't really have enough info to give you a definitive answer, but
yeah, this is fucking fun.
We don't know what the tracks look like either, because probably one of those tracks is like 3 times bigger than the other two. And it's hard. I don't know which one that would be.
Yeah, probably podcaster track is the biggest one. Do you remember, John? Was it blogger track was the biggest one, podcaster or YouTuber?
I think the blogging track is the biggest one there.
That would be my guess, but
yeah, that's what I would guess too.
Really?
Although I did meet a large number of podcasters, but still, there's still, if you think about it, there's going to be more bloggers than podcasters.
That's probably true. I'm just so in the podcasting space that I think people actually care.
Well, and there's a lot more bloggers than successful podcasters too.
Yeah,
right? There's a lot more successful bloggers.
That's very true. There's a lot more money-making bloggers than there are money-making podcasters.
True.
So, it's not a dig at podcasts.
I know. You keep saying that, Josh. And then tell the people who are like, well, then how do you do it? Well, I've got this friend. Yeah. I'll turn you into a salesman for me.
He already is. He just doesn't want you to think like that when he's in front of you.
Yeah.
He's your biggest fan. Okay. Damn, man. Yeah, I don't want to do this on the last day, that's for sure. But
it depends, though, because some people who are looking for those problems, and so here's the way I see it, is that the workshops, even if they're not pay extra to go to the workshops, people are going to be around, and if you can put up a workshop, so on a workshop I might actually go with the here's how to make money out of your email list angle, because people are going to be looking for that specifically. And so if people have been thinking about how do I blah 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 my email list, then they'll come to that, right? And then you can you can convert people that way. But otherwise, then you want to lead more with the benefit. So the workshops generally are, here's how you do this basic thing.
Yeah.
One thing I actually learned at some of the conferences is just meeting people and telling them that you'll be speaking about this actually has a huge effect. People show up.
Yeah.
Just they'll talk to you and they listen to what you're going to say. Like, oh shit, yeah, I want to do that. So if you get those 3 days in while you talk to people and you mingle and you talk to them about what you're going to be talking about, you get a shit ton of people coming who already kind of know you and they're interested in your topic because you've had the opportunity to explain to them what you're going to do.
Yep.
Yeah. So. Okay. So either the blogger track or the workshop. Seems like workshop is ideal to get coaching clients.
Yeah, there might be a way for you to submit to both.
Yeah,
I will submit both. I will submit
Is
both and let them decide.
your, you know, money printing machine, blah blah blah. For
So I will
the
be submitting all three, and let them decide which one they want to go with. But then I'll also submit them as this one as workshop and as blogger track to see which one they want.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, most of the time that I've been to conferences, I think anyone doing a workshop is also speaking at the conference.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
Now, do they pay the speakers anything to come out?
shit. Apparently, someone here in this room, except I don't think they are paying most of the guys except for keynotes.
Yeah.
It's kind of become interesting now in the speaking space. What's happened is the tables have turned. People actually just want to go and speak for free because they see the value in in how much traction they drive into their business because of that, right? So less and less of these organizers feel like they need to pay everyone. Maybe they pay a couple of them, but remaining they can get for free, because there's a lot of really good people who have really good presence, who have really good podcasts or YouTubes or whatever, who know how to be on stage, but they would much rather do it than worry about getting paid for it.
Right.
Especially in this space, in the entrepreneurial space right now, in the online marketing space.
That's fine. When does their CFP close?
Tonight.
Because I'm looking at this and going, maybe
we're talking about this early then, aren't we?
It's tonight or tomorrow. It's 20th. So I'm not sure if it's 20th 12 a.m. or 20th 11:59 p.m.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, I bet if you missed it, like if it's midnight, I could see you being able to email them and go, hey, it's not clear.
I actually messaged PT on Instagram, but I'm not sure if he's on Instagram often enough for me to be able to get his response, because I gave him all these titles and say, hey, which one do you like? I'll just submit that one rather than submit all three.
I'm not even seeing the CFP.
Oh, it's not here. You have to actually search separately to find that. What, Chuck, hold on. You are planning to do this now? You're like, yeah. How do you go from JavaScript? Like what?
He's just a conference junkie now.
He's next thing I know, Chuck has submitted the same titles as I have, and there I am.
He's gonna just beat you to it, man. Yeah. And then he can claim that you stole them from him.
Right? Next thing I know, Chuck has submitted the damn titles, and I submitted. And Peter's like, dude, why are you copying other people's titles and like? Because we already gave the speaking slot to Chuck. I don't think we have anything for you here.
Yeah, my intent would be to talk about like finding sponsors for your podcast.
I think your angle is to how to build a podcast network.
Yep.
I think you should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let me find that link for you. It's not that hard to find. I think you should submit for sure. It's not even that hardcore. It's pretty easy.
I found it.
I think speech proposal. Yeah, you should do it, man. I think we should all submit.
Round 1, round 2, yeah.
Yeah. Round 2. Dude, it's only one headline and 150 words of description. That's all you need to do. And I think you can do that.
Oh, I can do that.
Yep.
I could do that in my sleep, right, John?
Exactly. I'm not sure what John is doing in his sleep these days. Probably not sleeping.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, I found it. It's a Google form.
Yep, it's a Google form.
Snazzy.
Nice.
So Chuck, now that we've got you doing that.
Well, I'll fill this in a minute. I just wanted to find it. Yeah. So I emailed you guys actually because I had a few people point out other podcasting systems that people are coming out with. And yeah, that got me a little bit fired up. I'm like, okay, I got to get this sucker done. So yeah, I think I'm going to be a little more aggressive about stepping out of some of the shows. And I'm really just going to push on some of it and just say, look, I'm trying to get the system done. Yes, I want to launch it as a service, but I also, it's going to streamline a lot of things and make the shows better. And I just need to get it done. And then I'll just show up for the couple of shows that really hit that spot. But yeah, then I talked to Dan Franks from Podcast Movement yesterday. Was it yesterday? It might have been Wednesday. But I told him what I was working on, and it's interesting because in the email, Josh, you kind of pointed out we'll find you sponsors and then cover your production that way.
Mm-hmm.
And once I explained that angle to him, he's like, oh yeah, I have a ton of people I could send to you.
Oh wow, okay.
Awesome.
And so
Yeah.
he's like, as soon as you have something available and you have announcements, he's like, we'll put it in the Podcast Movement newsletter.
Nice.
Cool.
And so
Cool.
I think it's contingent on me sponsoring the conference, but I'm totally willing to do that to get in front of people early.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you've got a totally different angle. So like you're not selling software here. The software is like a nice add-on / lock-in.
Well, and I
really,
think you use the words commodity pricing.
Right.
And yeah, I'm not going there, right?
Right.
This is for people who are serious, that don't want to do the production or, need a real system to manage the production and the sponsorships.
Right.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I know. I really think that you should go after the higher end people, established people, and then like later on when you've got 100 of those, then maybe you open the doors to the smaller guys who are going to have to pay. But I mean, honestly, like what that the $9 a month or even $30 a month pales in comparison to the the sponsorship money that you could bring in just selling the one show.
Well, and that's the whole kicker, right? Is that I've been talking to people at Buzzsprout. I've been looking at some of these other systems out there, and they all basically are, you get 4 hours worth of audio upload, or however much space that is, basically,
right?
And and then you get a lot of the traffic measurement features that I'm talking about putting into mine. And so just making all that work.
You have a sponsorship platform / marketplace.
Yeah.
They're hoping that maybe if they get they're going like they're kind of going about this backwards because they're hoping to attract enough podcasters to attract some sponsors. That second step is a lot harder than the first step.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of these systems, they're not even trying to attract sponsors.
The one that you sent me said something about sponsorship. It was like all the way at the bottom of the page.
There have been 2 of them that have been talking about sponsors.
Yeah, it was worded. It was so funny. It was like, it was really vague. It was like, someday, maybe, hopefully, you'll get a sponsor.
Yeah. But the thing is like, if I did, if I was an exhibitor at Podcast Movement, which I'm planning to do, and it sounds like Dan and Jared are willing to send people my way if they believe in the product, and it sounds like I've kind of already convinced Dan. And then, because I have a funny feeling that, if I can walk them through a demo, then they're going to be sending people to me throughout the whole conference, because they wander through and talk to people. And so it'll be like, hey, look, he's got a booth in there, go check it out, see what he's about. But I mean, the big pillars on this thing for me are, let us essentially get you paid, or at the very least, get your production taken care of, right? So you just show up and be the content expert. The other pillar is, don't pull your hair out doing all the management, right? So either plug your people or our people into it for the production, so don't waste any time on that. And then the last pillar is you should be able to do all of the production stuff from your phone. And so the website will be mobile friendly. Eventually, we'll probably wind up with an app. But yeah, I mean, those are the big things for me. So if I'm on the go and there's a problem, I can literally log in on my phone and fix it and not have to hassle with any major roadblocks. So we're just going to make it as easy as possible. Because anymore, half the browsing I do is on my phone. So, yeah. But, yeah. So that's what I'm looking at, and it looks like I can probably get a couple of announcements out of the podcast movement folks before the conference. But that means that I've got to hit some milestones here in May. What I'd like to do is hit a milestone in May, one in June, and one in July, and get into their newsletter once each month. And it can be a short blurb. I don't care. But I want to get in front of people and start getting beta users using it. And then when I show up, hopefully I'll have some momentum and people will have at least seen the branding a couple of times and go, hey, I wanted to come check out your thing. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So John's going to say yes to whatever you say right now. He's not really processing anything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so I got a bunch of work done on it yesterday. I've decided, getting into it, I've been talking to some of my friends who are looking to start podcasts and are looking to essentially, hire me to run their stuff. And yeah, I'm moving things off of sort of the complicated forms and into wizards, and just kind of encapsulating a lot of the process into easy to follow steps. And yeah, we'll see where we wind up there. And then I've been going on and making sure that I have affiliate program or affiliate links for 99 Designs and Fiverr and stuff like that, so that when people get in and sign up, it's like, okay, you need artwork, right?
Yeah.
So here's the super cheap option, here's the less cheap option, and here's the most expensive option. And and then if I'm going to send people to them, I may as well make some money on that. But yeah, then just get the whole machine running, and as much as I can get then my podcast running on it, then the rest of it just kind of works itself out.
In FinCon, it's a really cool mix of people who are here. You've got a group of folks.
All right. That thing just started.
I bored Manny.
Good old autoplay.
Yeah.
No. I was just looking at the.
Yeah.
Are you serious about the speaking thing at FinCon?
Yeah, I'm serious about it.
I think you should do it.
I totally should do it. And if I can pull the issues that I'm running into, I want to make it out to more content events. I think either late this year or in the spring of next year, I would also like to put on my own event, because I think I think there are some marketing opportunities there that don't really exist other places.
I will not be helping you with that.
Yeah, you can come and speak.
Okay. Shit, man! Just the thought of putting an event
yeah, it's a ton of work.
That's not why I got into this business.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I will probably get disabused of that once I start doing it.
Yeah.
Well, enough people and event organizers where it's not like the average person just saying, I just want to put on an event. So I think it'd be easier for you to do than.
Yeah, I actually have been talking to the folks that put on some of the technical conferences, and I'm also going to be calling. I just asked Chris Kremitzos if I could pick his brain. So he's like, "Here's my cell. Call me call me Friday afternoon." Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, I can kind of see where things go there. Yeah, but the hangups that I have are, I think I'm going to have to spend a bunch of time on marketing just to make sure people know about it. And I think podcast movement's a good start, but I don't think
that's true. I'm kidding.
But
your
I think
your events?
No, just marketing in general, just making sure that the word gets out
about your tool.
Yeah, I think
I think your podcast itself is a huge marketing.
Well,
no, because I'm reaching software developers. So to the extent that some of them want to start shows, yes.
No. That's not even who you're going after anyway. You have a very clear avatar here. Your avatar is podcasts that get X number of downloads per month. That's it, right? And that's what you're filtering on, and you can run paid advertising based on that because you know exactly who you're targeting. Like, there's no question. You can sponsor
podcast. You know who you're targeting, but you don't know how to target those people on Facebook.
Yeah. I don't know if you can target them on Facebook that way.
No, there's no way of knowing them.
You don't need to. You have, well, you don't. Okay, yours is easy. This is easy. This is like you have a phone book of clients already because you've got iTunes, right? And you can just look through the podcasts. Then you can figure out the download statistics, right? You can figure out the most popular podcasts, and you can and they literally have the contact
information. But you cannot. It doesn't give you
doing a cold sale outreach rather than try to do advertising. I agree with John on that.
Yeah, or maybe I would say the other one would be newsletters and potentially paid newsletter drops or something like that. But
guest posting on.
But you've got a list of all the podcasts, right? I mean, and it's sorted. You start at the top. And you send out inquiries, right? And then basically, like, you'll be able to figure out where the cutoff point is. Like, podcasts that are under this point are going to be less than the number of subscribers that are necessary to.
That's true. The other thing is I could also, like, if I know I'm going to be at FinCon and I know I'm going to be at Podcast Movement, then I can also start targeting people who are going.
Yeah.
Right. And so then I can reach out to people and say, hey, I'm going to be at the conference. I'm going to be talking about this tool. Right. I'd like to help you find sponsors in the meantime, get you paid now instead of in 2 months when we can meet in person. Let's hop on a call, and then I'd love to meet you there. And, then you can shake my hand and I'll hand you a check, kind of thing.
Podcasters Clearinghouse.
Yeah. I should totally
bring the large check.
You know what? I'm totally going to name. I want to set up a YouTube channel and just record quick and dirty videos. I should totally call it Podcasters Clearinghouse.
Dirty videos.
I should. I think it'd be funny.
All right, I got to jump to another call here in a minute.
All right.
Are you gonna be awake for the call?
No.
So let's
turn off video. Hopefully.
One thing that I'm wondering about though with this is that the outreach and things like that. I'm just wondering if I can. It's the finances more than anything else. If I can get a couple more shows on where I'm finding them sponsors, I can more or less cover the marketing costs and the travel costs and everything else to this. But otherwise, things are starting to get a little bit tight.
I don't think you need to do any marketing that's going to cost any money.
Right.
Like,
other than the travel.
First of all, talk to the people that you are already in your network and ask them for referrals, because that'll be like free money basically.
That's true.
And then you can probably work that for a while.
Yeah, I can hit the people in my space.
I think cold outreach to existing podcasts with big, cold outreach to the top 200 iTunes podcasts in each category can keep you busy for 6 months.
That's true.
Cold outreach would work in this situation, I think.
It would, because you're offering a very clear benefit to them.
Yeah.
And the people that can make the decision are easily identifiable.
Yeah.
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 That's true.
Yeah, you don't spend time on anything else if that's.
Well, and like I'm saying, I can start in tech, right?
Yep.
Conference is
Yeah.
good because you meet a lot of podcasters, but other than that, yeah, you don't need to spend money on ads.
Yeah. So I think I do want to sponsor Podcast Movement though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense because that's
How
your
much is the
exact
sponsorship?
target.
I think it's a couple $1,000.
And you get a booth
I get a booth.
for a couple of $1,000
I get a booth and 2 tickets to the conference.
for $2,000.
Yeah, something like that. 2,500, I think.
Yeah.
Not bad.
It's a small booth. It's a 5x5 booth. It's not even a standard size booth, but
5x5 is enough.
yeah, I mean, as long as I'm not like in the bathroom closet in the back of the conference center, I'm good with it. So
You might have some privacy there when you take people in.
yeah,
Let me show you something.
yeah. I want to show you my thingy.
Record some dirty videos.
Let me
It's
show
a
you
big
my-
thing.
Let me show you my tool.
Yeah,
Come here in the closet, please.
yeah. I've been working it for a while. It's a little bit rigid.
Let's see if it will work for you, especially.
John is
Did we
so
wake you up
punchy.
yet, John?
John is so punchy.
Okay.
Will this fit in your framework is what we need to figure out.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I feel like that's the case. The other thing is that I know a lot of the other folks there that are exhibiting. I know a lot of the speakers. I know a lot of the attendees already. And so I can actually reach out to a bunch of people and just say, hey, by the way, I'm, because a lot of them are friends of mine, and I could essentially say, I'm sponsoring the conference. I'm going to be here, representing this product. If you know anyone who meets this profile, can you send them my way?
Yeah.
And then for a lot of them too, I could also say, and if I'm talking to people who need your services, I can send them to you. So, yeah.
You just need to figure out what that cutoff is for like, how are you determining if someone is eligible for your service? Like, how many downloads do they need of their podcast per month?
Top 200 iTunes.
Yeah. Well, I could do the cold outreach on iTunes as well. And the thing there is that I can just let them know that I'm going to be at Podcast Movement.
I'm just saying that you need a number so that you can, like, when you talk to people, you can say that they're.
Well, the number's easy. I mean, if they have 4,000 or more downloads per episode, I can, at least in the tech space, I can pretty easily find them a sponsor.
Okay, well then that's it. That's your cutoff.
If they are above 2,000, I can make them some money, but I may have to bundle them with somebody else.
Just go after the 4,000 people
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah, to start.
Yeah, I'm just saying if I run across the 2,000, I'm willing to talk to them, but
Yeah.
anyway. So yeah, just doing the cold outreach and then making sure that the tool works well. It's easy to use.
Yes. We're all going to start giggling again.
Oh gosh.
Make sure it's a good fit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's helpful. That helps clear things up. But yeah, I'm gonna make the value proposition though on removing the headaches of sponsorship and production process headaches.
I think your motto should be, it's not the size of the tool, it's how you use it.
And there's some assumption here on the size of this tool.
Wow.
Yeah, and you can pay to use it, or you can pay more for us to use it for or to anyway.
So us to use it on you.
Oh man.
Wow.
So one more question about the article that we're doing,
Yes.
Josh.
Yes.
I was thinking about the weekly versus making it monthly in terms of coupon, right? Saying we release X 50 coupons a month. Because a month is too far out a timeline for someone who's thinking of buying and saying, oh shit, yeah, maybe I'll buy next month. That's like, it's good enough that they feel like, oh no, I should just buy now, not wait for a month. It's like a better urgency than like a week where they're like, okay, I'll come back next week.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying go with weekly?
No, go with monthly. Because if they come back a week later, or if they don't feel like,
I think
there's any
shorter
need to
is
buy
always
right-
better.
huh?
Oh gosh, here we go again.
No, longer tool is better. God.
I've not seen a case. I've not seen a case where extending the deadline out longer makes it more effective.
The deadline is not longer. The assumption is that they will say, oh, I don't have to buy it right now, I'll buy it later. That's the underlying deadline, right? I'll buy it next week.
Right.
I'll use the coupon.
You don't want that because then they never buy it.
Exactly. So if I extend that to a month and say, okay, if you miss out this month, then you have to wait out for next month, then they're more likely to take action now.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because they're like, I don't want to wait for 3 weeks if I don't.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with either. We can always edit it. So
we can test it and see what works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's interesting test here. I don't think anyone has ever done this before, so it'll be a first of these tests to see what happens.
You could also just leave it close-ended and say like, what were the mechanics again? Were you going to generate a new one and update it, or
no? It's just like every month we only have that many coupons.
What if you just said this is good for 50 uses or whatever?
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's only good for 50 uses a month.
What if we just think about it, see if there's a way we could just leave off the whole time frame.
No, okay, so that's already I see that. And what happens is a lot of times as you get enough traffic, people already assume that it's already used, so they don't even try it anymore.
Okay.
Because after a year, they'll be like, that was a year ago. Fuck, it's not going to be useful anymore. What's the use, right? So they don't even like consider that as something that they want to indulge in. But if it's like every month there's a new one, they're like, oh shit, maybe it's available today. Let me check it out.
Okay. Yeah,
I
mean,
worth the experiment.
Fine.
See what happens.
Yeah, seems fine to me.
Yeah. Because I've seen like Antonio's videos and some of the other videos where like, oh, only the first 200 get it. So then the link is there. Then I watched the video 2 years later. I'm like, yeah, first 200, that's probably long gone. That was 2 years ago. So fuck that. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting. We'll see. It's just another marketing thing to see if it works. All right, thoughts. My thought is that you should get better sleep quality.
I agree.
Shit, I don't really have any other thoughts right now because I was just being facetious here. You guys go ahead. I'll come back at the end.
My thought, and this is something that I've kind of been tackling with a lot of the stuff that I'm working on, is just freaking go big. Think big, dream big, go big. I mean, the reason that I was driving is I went and bought out 2 fabric stores of basically navy blue flannel. And I'm gonna, I'm building a podcasting booth. I don't know if I've talked about that on here, but
yeah,
the guys on Buzzsprout have helped me kind of get the, the overall deal together. My father-in-law is a general contractor, so he actually cut down a whole bunch of wood for me, so to the right size, so that I can just stick it into the doors, and put some windows in like what they've got. But yeah, you know, going big, going out, doing outsized things that nobody else will do. You know, sponsoring the podcast movement booth is another thing where I think a lot of these podcasting tools, they're just putting it out there. They're not actually going and talking to people and marketing to people and doing the work. And so again, you know, you're talking about going to the top 200 podcasts in each area. And yeah, I mean, that's what we're, you know, that's the kind of outsized work. And it sounds crazy, right? Because there are probably a couple dozen categories in iTunes. And so, you know, we're talking about, you know, talking to thousands of podcasters potentially.
Yeah.
And, you know, but going out and doing the work, just going out and slugging it out and going big. If you want big results, you just got to go big. You got to think big. You got to do it. And it sounds insane, right? I'm going to go talk to, you know, thousands of podcasters. But guess what? If I want to go and I want to be the star in this field, I've been reading the Star Principle, by the way, Josh. If I want to go out and be the star in this area, then I've got to go gut it out when nobody else is willing to. And if I don't do that now, and somebody else comes in and it takes my place in this area, then it's going to be that much harder to overcome later.
Yeah.
And so, you know, doing the work now is actually the smart move, even though it's a crap ton of work, and a lot of the work is going to be ugly and suck. You know, it's just the way that we're looking at things. So
did you say that you should go big even if you have a small tool?
No, he said it's important to cut the wood down to size so it will fit and then go big. That's what I got out of this anyway.
Yep. Even if you have a small tool, vigorous action will get you results.
All right.
That's my thought.
Wow.
This one goes down in history.
Okay, I got one. Mine is simply that know when you're wearing the planning hat and when you're wearing the doing hat, and don't mix them up, because when it's time to execute, you just need to execute and not question what the plan is. And when it's time to plan, you don't need to worry about how hard it will be to do it. So there you go.
That's good.
I'm gonna just go with what I said earlier about it's rarely beneficial to start by contradicting deeply held beliefs in your audience. And you want to find a point of agreement, start there, and then build on that and show why that's still consistent with where you are taking them.
Yeah,
that's really good. I'm gonna go back to the same idea that we kind of started with, that leverage. There's this book called Trust Edge, in which he teaches you how there are like all these different components of building trust. But there's only one real hack to trust. One hack that can accelerate trust, and that is other people. So that's why in business as well, if you've done all the groundwork, if you've done all the hard work of building your product and fulfillment and everything, well, go find people who have the audience, because now you're basically borrowing trust, and you're able to do it at rapid scale, much faster than how you can build audience, much faster than how fast you can build your own audience. So borrow trust.
all right, guys.
All right.
See you next
All
week.
right.
Have a good one, John.
All right.
Bye.
I wish I could take a nap, but I can't.